Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Yeah, this week I thought about what am I gonna do, and I thought about two things. I could either build a spaceship or I could rig hair. Guess what I thought? Guess what I decided? Yeah, no, I definitely will build a spaceship for some stuff. And I decided to go with the rigging of the hair today for timely reasons. Basically, under the week, it's really hard to actually make a bigger project because I just don't have the time to finish something bigger. So I decided I'm going to go a bit more into rigging and into weight mapping specifically for this one. So first I wanted to make the hair divide really clean. You can see that I'm basically just drawing up the divisions in the tool by hand, more or less, the grouping of the face groups, or the face groups in, yeah. And then I decided I actually don't have that kind of time. If I really want to draw that up by hand, I will need hours. This is like a full-time thing. So what I decided is I'm going to first I subdivided the hair into the five tails and the five strands of hair in the back, and then I decided, you know what, I'm just going to roughly grab the hair parts and then subdivide the strands into multiple groups. So every 5 of the hair strands has 8 subdivisions, and from there I basically just went and made the whole rigging process. So what I was trying to do this time is I was trying to figure out how to keep the bones in check, so that I can't just move a single rigged bone somewhere in the vicinity, and I still haven't figured that out. I've tried a few things, but yeah. So my main focus this time was still on the weight mapping. So I'm subdividing the 4th strand here, or the 5th, not really sure. Yeah, the 5th one. And then I went into setting up the whole bone structure. So grabbing the joint tool, and I made a little mistake. I basically set up the first part under the neck, which is fine, which works fine. But then I made, for every tail, I wanted to set up every tail under the tail base. But for some reason, from the 3rd tail on, I made the mistake of setting it up under the neck instead of the tail base, which is problematic if I would move the tail base, but the others wouldn't move with it because they were sibling bones and not child bones. Which sounds kind of creepy if you're not into rigging, if you're not... Yeah. But anyway, one good feature I found relatively quickly is you can change the parenting of the bone very simply in Daz. If you're in the joint editor, which I currently am, you will see that once I've finished all the all the bones, you can just press right click and then edit bone, and then you can reparent the bone, which gives you a little pop-up where you can just set up the correct structure. So I could actually salvage the whole thing, because I noticed this after I was finished. And honestly, if I would have to redo it, I would have probably just stopped right there. So yeah. One thing that really was bothering me was, you see that all the time the whole thing is moving. It's distorting which was really bothersome for setting up the bones because the whole thing kept moving and kept moving around. But I guess this is just part of the whole thing. And luckily it didn't completely distort. This is one of the reasons I haven't finished two other projects, or one other project actually, which is one of the dresses, because at some stage it just completely distorted and it didn't return to normal, which is really bothersome because it forces me to basically do this kind of by hand, kind of somehow blindly, and this is really bothersome. So I haven't finished one of the dresses yet, which I actually really want to finish because it's kind of a cool one, but yeah, I have to redo that. So here we go. For the part, you can see that the whole thing is not really set up well, and just by going to quick edit menu I can just reparent the bones, and now they are basically all set up under the tail base, which is perfectly fine. Converting everything to general weight mapping and then fill selected just basically fills the whole thing very quickly. And then I was touching up on the whole thing by just drawing weight maps by hand. And what I was trying to do is basically just have the bones overlap a little bit, not too much, but a little bit. And you can see that I'm drawing basically the bone into the next and the one before and the one after each time, and the idea is that this will move the whole thing a bit more organically. There is a very short animation at the very end, which you can watch. It's just a figure walking, so you can like see how it looks. It is animated with the Spring Dynamics script again, so basically just took an older scene which I used for exactly that, put in the new hair, animated it, and this was it. This was basically the whole thing. So yeah, you will see the scene will be recognizable. But yeah, other than that, I basically just try to make these more organically, and I think I'm on the right move here. I'm on the right idea. I think I just have to paint them more. Like right now, I'm just painting them a little bit. And I'm just painting a little bit into the former and the later bone here. You can see there's also a bit of overlap, and I'm just a bit of drawing into other bones, but this is fine because I can always remedy that. But yeah, I should maybe draw like half the next bone and half the former bone each time, so they all move more organically. I not in this direct, not this time, but in general, I'm also looking at the weight mapping of Genesis 2, for example, and the figures that are there that I haven't made yet. I haven't made myself, and I'm trying to basically use that as a reference for my own rigging. So this is why I actually got the idea to not have this like full-blown just in 100% red mode, red weight mapping, but to have this on a kind of handleable level here. And I mean, the whole thing works kind of fine. You can see that I'm just moving the whole thing here to just make it fit more, to make it move more organically. And I think I'm on the right track with this. I will definitely look back into the tentacle that I made a week ago that I'm still basically working on rigging as a kind of exercise. But yeah, this is what I'm currently working at. Besides still putting everything back into my library, takes time. It just takes time to put about 700 or almost 800 pieces back into my library correctly. Because I have to touch up everything, basically. But yeah, same old, same old. Yeah, that's it for this video. That's it for this week. What I'm currently working on, basically preparing my own or improving my own skills so I can actually do the whole thing of creating a model, rigging it, animating it, making it look fluid and well. I might even touch up on some older models like the lizard guy, so I can use that at some point. And I will most likely make some more monsters and aliens at some point. That's it for this time. Thanks for watching. Stay healthy, stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.